Welcome to Faith, Fiction, and Folklore, or as we like to call it, the Triad Podcast, where we try not to have the podcast up. And today, since Trevor and Cody are here, I was going to show them the strange orbs that have been floating in the sky at my house for the last 3 years that I was finally kind of barely able to catch on tape because I had just enough moonlight to do it. It has been incredibly hard to catch these things. I have tried not every day for the last 3 years. I don't mean to over-exaggerate, but often over the last 3 years I've tried to catch these things. And there was 2 nights where the moon was just bright enough and there was like water in the sky. So there was like a faint kind of misty overcast, so it kind of created a prism where I was able to finally get the things enough on my cell phone.
Were they steady? Like about the same time?
Yeah, it was over 2 nights from 10:45 to about 3. So, yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I don't think they are ET. I don't think these lights are ET because I don't see aliens being on that kind of a schedule. But it's still interesting. So I wanted to show you guys these lights and get your thoughts as to what they might be. I already talked about this last week, so let me get the technical stuff done first because these windows are annoying. Hang on a minute.
So I've noticed I got to catch it better, so I can watch it through the whole time. But I've seen Starlink lately, and it's in, like the northwest quadrant of the sky.
Yeah,
and it's like 10 o'clock every night.
Well, that's cool.
It used to fly around our place about the same time,
but it disappears. I'll see it and then it'll be gone.
Yeah,
it just disappears one by one.
Yeah, like Jess was talking about that. I think the satellites, I think they flip or something. Like there's a green light on one side of them, and then as they're going, they
spin around, don't they?
Yeah, they like spin or something like that. All right, this is gonna be a little.
It's just a yellow light, but man, it just disappeared one by one. They didn't pop back up. I don't know how long it takes them to spin around, but
yeah. Okay. Well, this is the first one. This is like I kept it because it's the brightest, but it's not technically the most compelling because it's flying horizontal. But and they don't usually
on my screen.
Yeah, I know that what the audience is seeing and what window you guys are seeing is different. So, Trevor, can you see it all right?
Yeah, I can actually see it better on the live stream than I can on your desktop there.
Okay, well, that's good. So, Cody, are you good or?
Yep, go for it.
All right. So here's the first one, and I'll just kind of fast forward through it because it's like 2 minutes of this thing flying. So you can barely tell it's moving, but if you fast forward it, you can see it kind of take off going from north to south there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is neat.
It's pretty wild. So there's that one. It should be almost done. See, I have a lot of empathy for people trying to catch Bigfoot and UFOs because it turns out this crap is actually a pain.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard night vision's the best.
Night vision?
Put on night vision goggles. Look up in the sky at night. See all kinds of stuff.
I'll have to do it. I don't know where to get night vision, but I'll have to give that a whirl.
You can order it online. It's only like $1,200.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Pocket change.
No, you go to Bass Pro. I don't know if Walmart's got night vision scopes, but
I have bought cars for cheaper.
me too.
All right, so this is going a little slow, but if you look at Venus there, at least I think that's Venus, you can see the light actually going above the star.
Okay.
And so it's like, it obviously is not a plane because it's moving vertical and then fades out.
Huh.
Yeah. That's the next one.
And is this right above your house or like
This is
out over the field there?
This is northwest of the house. So it's really kind of like in the Ridgely Neosho area. Like
northwest is where my Starlink keeps disappearing.
Oh yeah, weird. Huh. Well, I've seen Starlink at our place before. It's not.
Whoa.
Maybe there's a hole in the northwest sky.
Yeah. What happened there?
The star came in and it faded out, and then there's another one. You can kind of see it there. Now that star, that's Venus, at least I think. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's really faint, but it's there.
Yeah, I can't see it no more.
Okay. So, let's see. What about that one? No?
I don't see anything on that one.
All right.
Nada.
I can see it. So let's see. I'll just kind of flip through these, and you can tell me if you see them or not. No.
Okay, that one I can barely see on the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's your face.
Yeah, that was the biggest alien. That was the gray for the night.
In 3 years, I've actually been able to catch.
All right, I played this last week, but I'm not going to play it again. Basically, I had this up. Let's see if I can get it a little bit earlier. The one thing I wanted to point out was just the difference between like the screen camera and the actual like camera on your phone, like the difference between the two.
I've been going off and on for the last 3 years at the house. Now, normally I'm not able to.
So I'm trying to record it on the screen camera right now.
It's too dark. I hope you're able to see that. I don't know if you could. But, yeah. Normally I'm not able to catch these things. But the moon is bright, and there is a faint overcast of like kind of a vaporous clouds. So you can still see the brightest stars, and therefore you can see these things when they fade in and out. I have been trying off and on to get these things, and if I actually get this stuff created in post on time, then you're going to see basically lights fading in and out of the sky and all of that good stuff. I'm mainly making this video to prove that, you know, I'm out here and that I actually recorded it, and this isn't something I found from somebody else or whatever. But yeah, these things have been out here for a while. Not sure what they are. I kind of think they're drones, but I'm not sure. Anyway, drones. The point is,
I think they're drones. I don't know what else they could be.
I finally was able to get them. UFOs or UAPs or whatever. So hopefully I really hope you guys got that shot of the thing coming in while I was talking. I don't know, because it was the screen camera, so I don't know what it actually caught. But anyway, we'll see. I just wanted to come out here. My goal now is to just basically smoke my cigar and wait until airplanes and stuff. Oh, there's another one. Let's see if I can catch it. I don't know if you can get it. Let me try to flip the... There she is. Yeah, oh, wow. That's the beauty. That is what I have been seeing off and on for the last 3 years. That's really awesome that I actually got that while I was talking.
I didn't see anything.
Neat.
Let's see if I can go back 10 seconds.
Yeah, you can see it on the live stream a lot better.
I don't know.
It's hard.
Let me try to flip the...
Yeah.
There she is.
There.
It may just be different.
It just fades out?
Bright.
Yeah, it just fades out. Just fades out. It's kind of wild.
So it's like it's flying away from you?
Well, not always. Because they go up at a 45.
So
huh.
Yeah, they go up at a 45. Like, they don't stay at the same angle. That's the weird thing. So, they're like... It's like they fade in, and then they fade out. The reason you're not seeing them fade in most of the time is because I'm catching them as I see them, and I'm going, oh, crap, and then I'm turning my phone on, trying to catch them before they go, which I have like 10 to 20 seconds to get them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's you have to move kind of quick with them. Unless it's like that one at the very beginning, which bizarrely, and that's one of the only ones that ever did it, it just flew from like left to right for like 2 minutes. That almost never happens. In fact, I can't remember another time that it did happen.
Is there a military base out that direction?
There's one in Neosho. I wondered if it's the Neosho camp, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
All right. Now, I'm going to let this play a little bit longer because there's an airplane that shows up, and I want to give you a point of comparison of what a plane looks like out there versus what these things look like.
gotcha.
That is what I have been seeing off and on for the last 3 years. That's really awesome that I actually got that while I was talking. Neat. That makes me a very happy camper. There is a fainter light there in the distance. That's the star. You can kind of use that as a point of reference. Basically, these things look like stars, and they can't possibly be airplanes or anything like that because they move, not all the time, but generally speaking, they move at a 45-degree angle up into the air, and then they fade in and out. And they do this constantly. So now I'm going to stay out here and finish my cigar and try to find airplanes as they go through the sky, because I want to basically use planes and stuff as a point of comparison so you can compare the lights out here versus what an airplane looks like on the same horizon. So I'm going to stay out here and keep smoking my cigar, and hopefully a plane will come by and we can use that as a point of reference. But yeah, that's pretty neat. I am extremely excited. Guys, I have been trying to catch these things for forever, and the conditions have never been right to actually get them. But it looks like we got them tonight, so... Oh, there's another one. There she is. Let's see if she'll fade out.
You can barely see that one.
Your brow looks a little sweaty there.
Yes,
Gary.
she did.
Lying?
What?
I said your brow looks a little sweaty. Are you lying?
Probably a little warm.
Yes. No, I am so truthful. I'm so truthful. You can't even believe it,
me, bro.
Just believe me, bro. Trust the science. This is science right in front of your eyeballs.
Why are you shaking your head?
I don't know. It's just how adamant I am.
And she is gone.
Thank you. Come again.
That's awesome. Oh my. No, that one was too quick. Fast. A lot of the videos are going to catch if I actually make a compilation. Some of the clips are only going to be about 5 to 10 seconds long because that's how long they're in the sky. About 5 to 10 seconds. They come in, come up at a 45 into the sky, and then they fade out. And it can be anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 seconds, which sounds like a lot of time. But when you're trying to get your camera phone on and catch them before they fade out, that can be kind of a bugger. And then if the conditions in the night aren't right, that makes it even harder. So I just wanted to make this video and gloat a little bit. This is 3 years of trying to catch these things. Finally got them. I'm extremely happy. So, all right, guys, this will be going on the...
Sorry, hang on a minute. Yes?
That's the first thing to disprove that it's a drone. It's very hard to actually fly a drone at a 45, like what we're seeing.
So what do you think they are?
Who knows?
I have no clue. Unless it's not a normal drone. It could be one of those anti-gravity things.
Oh, like what the military's been working on?
Yeah, and that's kind of what I think.
You mean what?
When I say
had?
drone, yeah, like when I
1930?
say, yes. I like when I say drone, I mean one of these little tiny unmanned things that are anti-gravity. I don't think there's people piloting them per se. Maybe there were at one point, but I think they're too small. I don't know. But it's all conjecture.
Right here, you are pretty far away from it. So.
Yeah. But sometimes, here's the thing. They're lower than a plane. And you can't tell this with the cell phone footage because it's, there's no depth with cell phone footage. But when you're looking at them, they're just above like if you had a storm blow through. Like they're just above the cloud bank, if you will.
Yeah.
Planes are way, way, way higher than that.
Yeah.
But they're still like relatively small. So they're still small objects, but they're much, much lower than what a plane would be.
Well,
Could be a drone.
Yeah.
I remember. You remember the New Jersey drones?
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
flying all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw one similar to that on my way to Texas.
Really?
Yeah, we saw one out here.
I was like, holy cow, that's crazy. I only saw the one,
Mm-hmm.
but it was pretty close to the highway, so I got a good look at it. and I was driving, or else I would have tried to get it on camera. But
Yeah.
The one we saw was big as hell.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're pretty big.
Yeah, I hear they're like a little smaller in a car size, some of them.
Yeah.
That's how big I think these things are, my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking it's these kinds of drones that they're dealing with.
It makes sense because they just kind of move away, relatively slowly.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And that's how that drone acted when I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be onto something.
I don't know. We'll see. I want to get to this plane spot, and then I'll skip ahead basically to the best stuff at the end because I don't want to spend the whole time watching this thing.
Podcast Saturday, unless Uncle Sam gets me. Ha 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 ha. Dark humor. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Maybe. I can see it with my eye.
I just want you guys to appreciate what a big pain in the butt it is because it's like, oh, you see another one, and then you flip your phone and it's gone. It's like, it's infuriating.
Yep.
Yeah, some people that get them, they some people that get good footage, like good footage, they go and buy the $1,000 camera and sit it outside all night long.
Yeah.
And
have you ever tried to catch something moving with a telescope?
Not easy.
I'd imagine that'd be very hard.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because you're so zoomed in, like you get a tree, you get like a quarter of a tree branch in the way of it. It's you're kind of
the moon's even tough, dude. Like you zoom in on the moon, it'll move within 5 minutes.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah. So I imagine that'd be difficult. Yeah. So.
I mean, the moon's not real tough because it's pretty bright, but.
No, we've got a little telescope up there we bought for Demi, and we thought, because she went through a space phase, and we thought she'd like it, but we couldn't hardly get the thing to land on anything we wanted to see ourselves,
Yeah, the moon's about the only thing that's attainable for a beginner.
Yeah. I did get Jupiter and Mars, or Venus.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Jupiter was crazy because it was all gray. There wasn't enough light there, but you could still see all, like, the lines from the gases and stuff. Yeah. So, it's kind of wild. All right, let's see if I can get this plane.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to see it. I got a glimpse of it. No, that's the star. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I've already got like 1 of these things already. There were 2, so I was hoping to catch that one. But anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This will be going on the podcast unless Uncle Sam gets me. Ha, ha, ha. Another one. Are you going to do it? Are you going to show up for me? There we go. Beautiful. Well, kind of. Anyway, well.
So you can hear the plane at least.
Either show up or don't, buddy. I think the overcast is finally getting too thick. Yeah, because that star is getting harder to see. All right, anyway. Doesn't matter. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And, oh, there's a plane. Let's get a shot. Where are you at? There we go. So there's a plane for a point of reference. That's what a plane usually looks like out here. I'll keep...
See, not even close to the same thing. Just want to point that out. Not even close to the same thing. All right, I'll skip ahead because there's a bunch of stuff. I want to upload the whole thing if people want to watch it. But...
yeah, we can upload the raw video if you want.
Yeah.
Some people do like watching that.
Yeah. Let's see, maybe... trying to remember the good ones. There's one.
I saw that one disappear.
And we'll go to the end because the 2 at the end are really good.
It's crazy because it's almost like it knows you're watching.
Yeah. Now that one I actually caught fading in. So let's do that again. There's that one. Oh. That one. All right. All right. These last two I like. So we'll do the last two here.
I'm gonna point out that these are not airplanes. So okay, all right.
Is it 3 of them?
2.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I've seen as many as like 4 to 8 or something like that out there at once.
It kind of looks like there's 4 there.
One of those stars was Venus.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's 2
The one,
that were
the one
moving.
that's been consistent is Venus.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So, those are my mysterious lights. Any thoughts?
Heck yeah. We need to go light chasing at one point. Next
Well,
time.
they definitely look like drones.
Yeah, I think they're drones. So,
I think the only surefire way to figure out what they are is to,
Get closer.
well, yeah, or shoot them.
shoot at them.
Shoot them. It'd be a hell of a shot.
Does anybody have a mini mortar we could borrow? So,
Yeah, it's 308.
a 308. Yeah. Dude, I wonder if you could catch him with like a rifle scope or something like
Guarantee
that.
it, dude. I'm not an advocate for drone murder. Just putting that out there.
I do not condone violence. So, all right.
Wouldn't want to make what's that movie with Shia LaBeouf, the Eagle Eye?
Oh,
Make
yeah,
Eagle Eye
yeah.
mad.
Yeah, we don't
Yes,
want to make
no.
Eagle Eye mad, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, hang on a minute. Let me get our window reset for the next video. So, okay.
I will be right back.
You're going to be right back? Okay.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to show those to you because it's like I look at them and I'm like, man, those are pretty impressive. But I don't have, maybe I'm just hyping it up because it's happening at my house. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
that definitely contributes.
yeah. But I don't know what they are.
Some bullshit in the sky. That's what they are.
Yeah, I mean, people have suggested that like orbs or like
Orbs?
supernatural type stuff.
Like spirits?
Yeah, I don't know if I buy that because it seems too regular for that, as odd as that might sound. But
Yeah.
people have suggested that sort of thing, so
I don't know.
I don't either.
Usually only catch orbs in like another spectrum of light. Like when you use a camera, you can pick up orbs because it's like picking up a spectrum of light that your eyes can't.
Yeah, that
So
makes
I
sense.
don't think you'd be able to see them.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, well, the orbs that I've seen, like on cameras and stuff, yeah, they don't. Those orbs are like zigzaggy, you know what I mean? Like they kind of do this kind of wavering kind of motion or whatever. Yeah, these don't do that. They fly straight, like really straight.
Yeah.
So I kind of think they're drones or something mechanical.
Yeah.
So I just don't know why they're. I guess that's why I think maybe their anti-gravity is the fading in and out part, perhaps. So, because it's like I feel like they have to be moving pretty fast in order to fade in like that. That's the only thing that I could think of that would cause that. And here's what's really interesting, though. They might not even be producing that light. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if you've ever had this happen, but when you have an airplane flying over your house, sometimes if the angle's right, it'll look just like a bright light, like a star, and it'll fly over.
Oh, the sun reflecting off of it?
Yeah, and then once it changes angle, it'll become a plane. I think maybe the moon might be reflecting some of them. Well, I think let me take that back because
I think moonlight does that.
You don't think moonlight does that? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, because I was going to suggest that maybe that's what it is. It's like as the thing is moving closer to the house or further away, maybe the moonlight's hitting it, and that's what's creating that fading in effect. And then as it moves out, then maybe the light is like fading out, like it's getting away from the moonlight or whatever. But which maybe that would explain why I can't always catch him on the camera, because it's like the light's not being produced by the object itself, perhaps. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm just trying to figure out what would be in that, what would create that fade in and fade out thing effect. Because the object isn't necessarily going away. Like when you're away from it, like when you get it, like when you're not looking at it through a phone and you're just seeing it up in the sky, you'll see the little ball of the object, even well after the light reflection is gone. And you've just got this kind of white ball that flies off as well until it fades. So it's not like it just seems like it must be some kind of optical illusion of some kind, but I don't know.
I found that's usually the case when you look at the sky.
A lot of optical illusions. Yeah.
Yeah. None of it makes any sense, man.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I figured out with the flat Earth stuff is like the sky measures like it's a ball, but the ground measures like it's flat.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Everything you know is wrong. Anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, I'm excited about this next subject.
Heck yeah.
Is this the genocide South African one?
Yes.
Okay, yes, we will discuss that briefly. I don't know if we'll get a full half hour out of it, but we will move on to that. So, I guess you would call this the bonus subject, because I forgot to mention it. But let's end this episode for now. So, if you are still watching on the live stream, stay with us. If you're watching this after the fact, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Faith, Fiction, and Folklore. If you did, we would love it if you would subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Rumble. We can also be found on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Thank you again very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.